Hello, everybody. It's Kyle from Productive Place. How you doing? So today is Friday. It's payday, and I'm already broke. This has been my life for past few months. I just be taking that money and immediately spending it all, like same day, literally sometimes in the same hour that I get the direct deposit. Um, so I've been kind of in La La Land for a little bit. Last week or so, I believe Angel and I kind of had a small little talk about my absenteeism, and I've just been telling him I'm just very overwhelmed with work and just being an essential employee. I'm trying to get everything on track. In the past, maybe when I was in a teenager, early 20s. I'm living in a state of the past, always just kind of upset about things, of life, etc. And then my mid 20s, early 20s starts becoming living for the present. So I don't do really good with my finances or anything like that. Very bad with money, to be honest. And as a result, I've been a broke motherfucker, man. A broke motherfucker. Yeah. So now I'm 28, and I'm like, oh boy, I gotta get my life together. So now I'm living for the future. And this is the reason why I've been kind of like absent. I've been just focused on the traditional grind of working it at my job, but then figuring out how do I escape from that job. And Productive Place is, well, the reason why uh, Angel and I came or put this together is that we just want to leave the current system and work on us, build a life for us. And so we're stuck at where we're at. We're trying to break free from it. This year has been a great year in terms of just in general of what things have been going on. And that is a bit sarcastic because obviously it's been a horrible year. However, in the midst of crisis is usually where you can find the most opportunity. And now, when I was younger, I used to read a bunch of financial books and stuff like that. And one of the biggest things that I've noticed from those books, so like if you look at like Rich Dad Poor Dad or like any of the Robert Kiyosaki books, for example, they has a heavy emphasis that, hey, yo, what you're doing not really helping you, and world could go crazy, and how are you going to protect yourself? And the buildup between all the companies that like gone super massive or was super successful people usually got their like foothold with some sort of crisis happening in the market. So they were able to withstand the pressures of the market and then come out way better when the scary stuff is gone. So that's kind of where we're at. We're a bunch of scary stuff happening in this world of 2020. And that means we can prepare ourselves for a better tomorrow if we seize the day today. So tying this back into, because it's payday. I got paid, guys. I'm quite happy about that, and also quite sad. So most of my life, I spent my money on things like drugs, like weed, entertainment, food. Food and drugs be the biggest expenses. Rent, general stuff like transportation. But I don't ever put anything aside for savings. And Every time I try, there might be some sort of stupid thing that popped up. So for the start of this year, really, has been a very interesting ride. So last year, I got, well, maybe 2 years ago, I got in trouble with the law for having almost an ounce of weed on me, and had to pay a bunch of court fines and stuff like that. Then kind of went on court supervision, and I got a hit and run thing, which then like resulted in more court fees and stuff like that. And at one point I just kind of gave up, and I was like, I don't know, like I feel like I've done most of what I can do, minus the fees this time, and minus some of my service hours. But I did get it done. I got the service hours done in December, and then in like January of this year to maybe like February, I basically didn't have anything paid for my court fees, and I put everything, like I legit just said, okay, I have no choice, I don't want to go to jail, I want to make sure everything is all good, putting every single thing in my paycheck straight into this, pay this right away, because I procrastinated so bad. And that's something I do a lot with things. And now that's all done, I'm clear, and now I'm like, okay, what do I do? So as soon as no, I was over here. Okay. So before, or like after all that it was done, now I'm like, okay, what do I do with all this money? Now I don't have to pay the court or whatever. And before, it would have just been an easy thing. Like, let's just blow it on lots of weed and have a good time. But I shift that up, because I was already, for like 2 months, got myself in a pattern of where I was basically not having pretty much any dime to my name, and it went straight to whatever thing that I was procrastinating on. So in that case, it was, court. Now I'm using that same habit, and I'm trying to put everything that I got into this crypto space. I'm living for the future, because crypto, if you haven't figured it out, is going to be the thing of the future, and it's here, and it's just only getting bigger, and it's not going away. Because of these factors, you have a pretty decent bet of getting yourself out of the system by utilizing these markets. So I'm like, okay, I need savings, I need to put money into there, and then I did that. So I bought all my coins and stuff like that. I'm like, all right, I got stuff. Then now here's the new trouble that I'm at now. DeFi. There's a wonderful space in the crypto land called DeFi, which stands for decentralized finance. And what you're able to do in there is basically what you do at a normal bank, in terms of a savings account. Now, it's not technically a savings account, but use that kind of logic, and it works perfect. Because some of the features, so some of these platforms are like lending services. You put in your crypto in there, and you earn interest off of your crypto, and what that does is you earn interest. Like, it's making money off your money. And so now that's my next goal. My next goal is to see what can I do to get all my funds, everything I can, into this system of generating passive income without me having to work a fucking job, because that's why I'm exhausted. I'm tired of this system. But we got to prepare ourselves. We got to dig ourselves out, because no one is going to save you. No one is going to save you. You think that stimulus check is going to help? It's going to help. Not going to help a lot. You could maybe get a better paying job. That still might not help a lot. It really depends on where you're trying to go in life and what makes you happy. In the words of Gary Vaynerchuk, I think you need to go for what makes you happy. And I try a lot to do that, but the things that I had, like, what makes me happy is I come more from an artistic background, in a sense, so I don't fully market my stuff to be profitable, to have my craft be something that I live off of. And part of it is consistency, part of it is ego, part of it is, I don't know, part of it is, there's some issues with what I have currently on why I haven't successfully used my talents for breaking free. And I feel like that's a common struggle that I at least hear from a little bit of my friends who I know are talented, but they're stuck at stupid low-end jobs. Like me. I'm stuck at a gas station right now. And technically, I don't think I should be at a gas station. I should be sitting in a nice little office, maybe in a cubicle, working on some code, making something magical on the computer happen. But because I don't have a proper college education and I'm all self-taught, they're like, no. And they're not all companies like that. There's a lot of cool companies that definitely understand that education, like the paper education, means shit versus your actual skill set. So I have been lucky to venture out into a few tech related jobs, but I have other issues, guys. One of my main issues is I really like just working on things that motivate me. Like, I don't want to do someone else's, like, I don't want to work for somebody else. And at the end of the day, that's the biggest thing that holds me back from anywhere that I go. I just hate working for people. I just want to do my own thing. But right now, too overwhelmed, too stressed out, too poor to break from the mold, to get my mental sanity back, to get my financial status back, to do everything needed to become a better person. So, in short, I'm now trying to figure out, where do I put my funds? So let me just kind of break down. I'm going to just show a bunch of random numbers here. This is me just trying to figure out, okay, what kind of calculations. There was one there, and then there's like another one here. And here, I don't know if you could see very well. I might be reversed. I might have to flip this so that you can see it. But there's various things that I'm trying to look at. Me figuring out where I'm putting my money. So like I had $700 for my paycheck in 2 weeks. Woo! That's like shitty ass money right there. But hey, whatever. I'm essential. I'm an essential employee, and I will dig through this shit and make it my own. Cause I'm essential like that, man. That's what the government is telling us. That's what the society is telling us. But they don't want to give us that damn money. So we're going to have to fight for it ourselves. And that's what Productive Place is about. Freeing yourself, becoming a better and productive person. And fuck the regular systems that keep you entrapped as a slave. But anyways, so I got $700 for my paycheck. So I'm like, okay, I borrowed some money from my dad last night, because I'm like, hey dad, I'm gonna get paid tomorrow, but like I want some food right now because I'm like dead ass broke. So borrowed some money, but I paid him back, sent him that money back, and then I'm like, okay, now I gotta figure out rent. And well, my rent, I'm kind of flexible with it. It's quite nice. I live at a friend's place, therefore I don't have a contract or anything, and I technically don't have a set price, but I try to do my best to pay within a reasonable time every month. Not always, because sometimes I mess up my budget and I spend on other things. And it does allow me to figure out, okay, maybe I want to do a big chunk of my investments into things. So that's, nice. Then, so now I got rent, and I got my dad paid. Now I'm like, okay, crap, now I gotta get the rest of the stuff. What's the next important thing to me? My marijuanas. And yeah, so that's gonna be my next thing. I spend way too much on that, and that's another reason why I need to figure out a way out of this shit so I can smoke everything. I want to smoke a fucking pound every fucking month. Yeah. Anywho, let's see what else. And then I'm trying to figure out, okay, what do I do? I paid $180 for my Minecraft server that isn't even freaking up, and I'm paying for that shit because I don't want to lose my data and shit. I don't want to reconfigure everything. Setting up a huge Minecraft network server is fucking ridiculous. But hey, someone's got to do it for those Minecrafter kiddos. Anywho, yeah. So spent some stuff on what I would assume is business related, even though I'm not making anything off of it right now. In the future, that's the plan. So prepaying for there too, because technically my bill for that is $90 a month, but I put 180. Just trying to help put a little bit of padding. So I got 700. Technically I got 750. Sent the 50 to my dad, puts me back to 700 minus, I think I'm gonna pay my roommate 200, minus 180, leaves me at $140 minus the stupid ATM fee, puts me at 132. So I have $132 to get me by for the next 2 weeks, and that's actually going to be a lot lower when I figure out. This is another reason I hate bank accounts. I freaking hate bank accounts. I freaking hate bank accounts. Let me repeat that one more time. I hate banking in general. It's slow, it's messed up, and every freaking time I plan for something nice, incoming overdraft fees. There goes everything that I tried saving up for, and now because I work at a stupid ass job that pays virtually nothing, now I have no way to keep on trying to figure out how to recover from the overdraft fees, and then eventually the bank account gets closed out. And I'm left with the bill with the bank. All because the freaking overdraft system usually is my biggest crutch. And so I don't have a bank account anymore. I haven't had a bank account in like the last 8+ years, pretty much. But I do have right now a payroll debit card, which means that when I get paid, my direct deposit goes straight to the card. And that basically allows me to have a bank account. You know, it has a routing number and an account number. So I set that all up with my electronic stuff, you know, PayPal and my crypto investing stuff. So Coinbase being one of them. Coinbase, put my Coinbase transactions through, trying to buy some crypto, trying to invest for my future. The bank said no, all because what happened is some stupid thing on Google Play goes ahead, charges my PayPal. PayPal goes, hey, I got no money. I need to go to the bank. Bank goes, okay, you have your money. But the person that was posted their first transaction, which was my investment on Coinbase, goes away. Says, no, we can only process 2 of your 3. You can't have your other third one. Even though that third one was timestamped properly in order of operations. Order of operations. No, they don't care about order of operations. They just go, hey, I'm gonna take this. Thanks, now you're fucked. I'm like, damn, that sucks. So yeah, I hate banks. I really hate banks, and so now right now I'm freaking pissed off because I don't know how to get back into investing into crypto. Currently, I can only rely on the DeFi interest yielding stuff. So that's kind of nice, but I'm not buying more coins, and I need more coins, guys. I need more coins so that way my future will be super bright. Ideally, if you paid attention to the last big crazy phenomenon of Bitcoin, you heard that many people got filthy rich, and that's my next goal, is the things that are met up for the criteria for that last run is starting to come to fruition in this run. So I'm thinking by next year, I should be well set off if I keep plugging through on investing into what I think is going to help liberate me and not trying to figure out who is going to try to save me. You need to save yourself. So this is my long ass video saying I hate banks and happy payday and I'm a broke ass motherfucker. And shout outs to all you other broke ass motherfuckers who's trying to strive to become financially independent. And love ya. Peace.